Я из acha que a gente, quer dizer, a gente vai ficar embaixo. Você acha que a gente pode posicionar, eu já, pelo menos eu fico na posição, tá? Onde você...
Oi, meu amigo, estou chegando aí. O telefone está muito alto. Calma aí.
Bem, já não vou. Já não vou. Oi? Pizzone, salam dia live di show.
Tinha deixado, eu fechei ele agora. Deixa eu fazer o teaser da passagem também. E ele tinha falado pra gravar lá.
I assume that's all you're filming. Is that what you're filming today, or?
Yes.
Mesmo para adultos, eles estão ajudados para os jogos entusiastas, os quais funcionam agora para o Brasil. No primeiro treino do Brasil, em Douglas, no Catar, a seleção.
Tem o prato? Tem a cadeira?
Vai entrar ao vivo a partir das 6. Você acha que a gente, quer dizer, a gente vai ficar de baixo. Você acha que a gente pode posicionar? Eu já, pelo menos, eu fico na posição, tá? Onde você...
Oi, meu amigo. Tô chegando aí. O telefone tá muito alto. Calma aí.
Ali, velho. Já não vou. Oi? পিছনে খেলাম দিয়ে লাইভ দিচ্ছে
Tinha deixado, eu já fechei ele agora. Deixa eu fazer o teaser da passagem também. E ele tinha falado pra gravar lá.
I assume that's all you're filming. Is that what you're filming today, or?
Yes.
Mesmo para jogadores que estão apaixonados. Tem jogos entusiastas. Isso vai funcionar agora para o Brasil. No primeiro treino do Brasil, em Doha, no Catar, a seleção. Você acha que a gente, quer dizer, a gente vai ficar ali embaixo. Você acha que a gente pode posicionar? Eu já, pelo menos eu fico na posição, tá? Onde você...
Oi, meu amigo. Parece que tô chegando bem aí. O telefone tá muito alto. Calma aí.
Ali, velho. Já não vou. Já não vou.
Vai? Peraí, que está aí.
পিছনে খেলাম দিয়ে লাইভ দিচ্ছে
Tinha deixado ele, fechei ele agora. Deixa eu ver se eu fazer o teaser da passagem também. E ele tinha falado pra gravar lá.
I assume that's all you're filming. Is that what you're filming today, or?
Yes. Mesmo para adultos, isso pode ajudar. Tem jogos de cursos de aço, vai funcionar agora lá no Brasil. No primeiro treino do Brasil, em Doha, no Catar, a seleção.
Tem lugar?
Vai entrar ao vivo porque tá se acha que a gente, quer dizer, a gente vai ficar embaixo. Se acha que a gente pode posicionar, eu já, pelo menos eu fico na posição, tá? Onde você...
But I think he'll help Casemiro out in that midfield. But the one player I'm looking forward to.
Muscles on the international soccer scene. It seems like they've been #1 from day one. They are the only nation to win 5 World Cup titles. They are the favorite to make it a 6th here in Qatar. And Clint, there's Mr. Neymar. You have somebody
with all that free time, you did your research, buddy. I like it. Yeah, we wanted to talk about Neymar here. Alexia pointed out Ronaldo scored, Messi scored. Now it's your turn, buddy. So I think it's his time to shine. I love what I've seen from him at PSG this year, not only with the goals, the assists, playing with flair, but the way he presses, the way he works defensively. It's been a different Neymar, and I think he knows how important this World Cup means for his legacy.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able for the playing of the national anthem of Brazil.
أصحاب السمو والمعالي السيدات والسادة برجاء الوقوف في حال القدرة للنشيد الوطني لمنتخب البرازيل.
national anthem of Serbia.
والآن برجاء متابعة الوقوف للنشيد الوطني لصربيا.
Reportedly, Brazil have 10 goal dance celebrations planned. How many will they utilize tonight? John Strong, Stu Holden with the call in 60 seconds.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Hurry up, Dad. You've been in there forever.
I'm trying. This cheap stuff is too thin.
I told you not to get the other toilet paper. Here's the new Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved.
With its diamond weave texture, new Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort.
What's everybody waiting for? This?
Okay, hon. We know you're clean.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
We got 16 dead bodies in a buried shipping container.
These aren't just connected cases. This is a serial killing network.
The BAU is different.
Where others see monsters, we see patterns.
This is the biggest case we've ever had. If there's something to find, I swear to you, we will find it.
Happy Thanksgiving, America, from the other side of the world. Lusail Stadium, just a little bit north of Doha, will host the final December 18th. Brazil very much intend to be there as they begin their World Cup campaign against Serbia.
Make no mistake about it, with the Argentina loss, this is your favorite for this year's World Cup. Let's see what they can do in their opening match. It's a back four for Chichi. The ever-experienced Thiago Silva alongside Marquinhos. Casemiro, number 5, he'll be holding it down in the middle of the field. And then take your pick up front. It'll look like 5 along that front line, including the star, Neymar. What can he do once again in this tournament? And then on the other side for Dragan Stojkovic, an experienced player himself for Serbia, now the coach of this team, unbeaten in UEFA qualifying. They come into this one, they'll play with a back 3 at times. It will look like 5. They'll try to break. They're missing a guy called Kostic on that left-hand side, who is one of their best left backs. He might come in at some point. Vlahovic as well missing up front. That means that it's Mitrovic alongside Tadic and Milinkovic-Savic on that left-hand side.
Well, a tremendous atmosphere inside Lusail Stadium. Probably 90%, at least Brazilian shirts, as we were finding walking around. It's not necessarily that you have 80,000 people that traveled from Brazil. It's just a testament to how popular Brazil is around the world. And these are the final 2 teams to take the field for their first game here in Qatar. So think about that for a moment. These guys have been sitting around for 4 days, getting to watch everybody else either fulfill a lifelong ambition or rinse out the bad taste in their mouth from 4 years ago. So a lot of pent-up energy and excitement down there on that field. Brazil, Serbia, Thanksgiving underway. Brazil wearing probably the most famous jersey in the entire sports world, the canary yellow shirt with blue shorts. It is Serbia, the Orlovi, the Eagles, wearing red. No nation on earth more synonymous, not just with soccer, but the beautiful game. Jogo bonito, futebol, then Brazil. And they have provided some of the most iconic names ever to play this sport. As Casemiro suffers an early foul, Pele, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, now Neymar. They've also delivered 5 World Cup titles, more than any other nation. They come in as a steamroller, just 1 loss in the last 3.5 years. It's a tall task for Serbia, but as you can see, they're not going to be intimidated. They come in great form as well. They're looking for a big upset. They've got a lot of their fans packed in that far right corner from us. And they're more than fine if this game turns into a bit of a fist fight. What are you looking for?
Well, you're going to see a couple of things, the way in which Brazil play. They're high pressing right now, trying to win the ball back. That's going to be a foul on Neymar there. Rafinha, rather, on this near right side. And for Serbia, the question is going to be, how do they look to play? Do they look to play direct? Do they try to play through Brazil and open them up the other way? There will be space if they can move the ball quickly and get in behind. This one's going to run behind for a goal kick. And now, watch how Brazil build up. Danilo, he's one of the keys. He plays as a right back. He comes inside as a midfielder when they have the ball. They will look to always have the ball on the ground and play out, because that's the way that Chichi and Brazil have always done it.
He took this job in the summer of 2016. He talked yesterday about really just being a rescue job, scrambling to put a team together. They were in bad shape. Right in the 20. Built them the way that I want. The work has all been done, and they've lost 5 games in 6 years with him in charge, and he will be stepping down as coach after this World Cup. And there is Neymar on the ball. Been to every World Cup, Brazil, and only once have they lost their opening game. At least the last time they lost the opening game was back in 1934. Their first ever game in a World Cup. They lost to the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. Technically, Serbia has inherited Yugoslavia's history, but it's their 3rd World Cup appearance as a fully independent nation since the summer of 2006.
And John, you talk about them coming in not intimidated. They're stepping all the way up the field. They're not just sitting back and letting this Brazilian team have the ball. They're getting pressure on them defensively, and they've won it back a couple of times now, forcing a backwards ball. Look how they're squeezing their lineup. Here comes Tadic. Here comes Mitrovic as well.
Vinicius Jr. will juggle his way inside. Right, it comes to Rafinha. It's a big challenge there from Pavlovic, but he couldn't get there. Rafinha for Brazil into the middle, stabbed away by Milinkovic. Milinkovic Savic there just dumping it out and trying to get Serbia forward. Good step on the outside. Zivkovic into the middle for Milinkovic Savic. Got his pocket picked by Vinicius Jr. They had Neymar in a little seam there, and it's great work to win it back by Milinkovic Savic. And then a crunching, crashing tackle there with Lucas Paquetá.
Good player, Milinkovic Savic in the middle of the field, having a good season for Lazio in the Italian First Division. Capable on the ball, will run beyond the striker as well. It's going to be fun watching him up against Casemiro in the middle of the field.
Dusan Tadic. No one provided more assists in European World Cup qualifying than he did, and a lot of them to Alexander Mitrovic, who he's trying to find right now. Gets the cross in, set out. Pavlovic, the 21-year-old, on his World Cup debut in the back for Serbia. Let that run away from him. Neymar crunched by Pavlovic.
He might pick up a yellow card here for 2 in a row.
Alireza Fagazi, from Iran originally, lives now in Australia. Very experienced referee. It's his second World Cup.
Pavlovic is actually trying to walk away from him right now to not get the yellow card. He does have the yellow in his hand. Let's see if he ends up giving it ultimately, or if his teammates have talked him out of it, but I don't think so.
Rare is the referee that would go to the effort of bringing the card out of his pocket and not show it to someone.
Just kidding. No, he's going to pick, well, let's see. He's going to get it, yeah. That was a classic example of Pavlovic had stepped out of the back into the midfield. The ball gets away from him a little bit, so then he's overeager to win it back. That was the second one. He had a challenge on Casemiro right before that, and then the second one on Neymar, picks up a yellow card.
Lucas Paquetá and Rafinha making the run. He checked the run. And that comes all the way out. Dragan Stojkovic, living legend as a player. Twice was a part of Yugoslavia teams at the World Cup, was their captain in '98. He was the president of their federation, took the job in March of last year. Lost just 3 times in 20 games. They were unbeaten at qualifying. Qualified ahead of Portugal. He said, yeah, Brazil are a great team, one of the best in the world, but the game starts at 0-0. And we have mature, confident players of our own with experience. We're not afraid of anyone, not even Brazil. Tadic able to bring that down, almost got through Marquinhos. He was a bit of a question mark coming in with an injury. Richarlison out jumped by Pavlovic, who was down behind the play. Serbian bench is furious. Pavlovic is holding the side of his head.
It's going to be one to watch, though, isn't it? Pavlovic is on a yellow card. He's going to have attacking players running at him all game long. This was Milinkovic-Savic almost getting through. Got past the first defender, got past Marquinhos, and then yellow shirt smothering. Another good job. This game has had a good intensity to it early. I know we're only 8 minutes in. Neymar's lost his shirt temporarily, but players on both sides getting stuck in.
Sasha Lukic that time. Neymar sits just 2 goals shy of Pelé's all-time Brazilian goal-scoring record. And we've already seen 5 players score twice in their opening game of this World Cup. Živkovic lets that go. With a long switch. Milinovic. Away on the outside by Rafinha. He's going to have a little stare. Those two have a fun battle tonight.
Well, this is important, though, from a Brazilian perspective. You get one of your attacking players, your right winger, Rafinha, coming back and stopping a cross, because Serbia attack with numbers. They have some big targets in that box, and they look to provide service, and now here they come the other way.
Rafinha on the run. Pavlovic on a yellow card, able to recover and slow him up. Neymar, Casemiro, Vinicius Jr., Alexandro on the big overlapping run. Alexandro will get it now. Casemiro on the deck, finds Neymar, blocked off, got back to it, and cleared away. Mitrovic trying to play a 2-man game to get it forward for Serbia. Thiago Silva, the age of 38, throws his body in. Mitrovic, who was a huge question mark whether he would be on the field for Serbia, has been dealing with an injury really since September. Didn't play the final 3 weeks with Fulham, where he's teammates with Tim Ream and Anthony Robinson of the United States, but he does go from the start tonight. Serbia's all-time leading scorer. Mitrovic again. Gets that one off. Great control on the outside. Serbians pouring numbers forward as the cross comes right into Alisson.
Well, they got into a great spot, and then Živkovic wants to get onto the left foot, swings it in, but can't pick out a target. This is a lot of what they try to do. play the ball centrally, get it wide quickly, crash the box, get numbers in and around there, and then serve a ball in. That time, the service goes straight to Allison.
Serbia win it right back. Mitrovic then takes a bit of a chop to the back of the leg. And the injury has been carrying, has been described as both a foot and an ankle injury. It's not been disclosed which foot/ankle.
Well, there was a kick on his left foot and then a kick on his right foot, so take your pick.
Lucas Paquetá coming in the back. It was an injury he originally picked up in a game for Serbia in September. Scored a hat trick that day. Played 90 minutes a couple days later. Kept playing through it. Wouldn't practice with Fulham, was taking painkillers, scored 3 times in 5 games, but it got to a point where the pain was too much, and they had to shut him down, and that was a real concern for Serbia coming into the World Cup. Serbia trying to play through Brazilian press. Skure just the wrong side of Mitrovic. Danilo trying to find Richarlison.
You're going to be saying that a lot this tournament. Terrific tackle by Casemiro. That's why he's so important. Right there in the middle of the field, defensive midfielder. Right back Danilo, tries to play combination, loses the ball, he's out of position. First one there, that's Casemiro. It's no coincidence that the only game he missed in the 2018 World Cup was the quarterfinal against Belgium, the game that they lost and went out.
Has a remarkable record of only once being on the losing side of a competitive counting game. That was the Copa America final a year and a half ago to Lionel Messi in Argentina. Here's Neymar for Vinicius Jr. of Real Madrid. Cuts around the outside of Živkovic, gets to the byline. Vinicius Jr. can't get a cross in. They're all appealing, and it has been given as a corner for Brazil.
Yeah, well, they feel that this should be a goal kick. Let's see if it ends up coming off a red shirt or a yellow shirt. I think that's the right call. I think ultimately that one comes off Velkovic, and it's going to be a Brazilian corner. And if you can't tell, I would say the Brazilian fans are outnumbering the Serbian fans in this building. It's about 90% Brazilian.
Neymar's ball driven right in. He was going for the Olympico, right on goal, and a good recovery. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic punches it over.
You're right, tries to catch him off guard, going directly for goal. And this is dipping in. That would have been in the back of the net. Milinkovic-Savic quickly reacting, getting back to his goal to punch it over to deny Neymar the opening goal in an Olympico.
And he's seen Ronaldo and Messi score from penalties. That would have won up to both. The night's not over. In it comes again. Milinkovic-Savic, good, strong take there. And man down behind the play for Serbia. It's Pavlovic once again. He's taken a couple hard knocks since that early yellow card. Casemiro catching him.
Yeah, got bodied by Casemiro in the end. Oh.
You mentioned the fan makeup. You can see it in that shot, just how many yellow shirts. When the players are out pregame and they're going through the national anthem, they let photographers down in the bench areas. Alisson had to slide over and get that to take pictures of the teams and the benches. They were maybe 10-1 photographers on the Brazilian sideline in front of the Brazilian bench than that of Serbia, just to give you a sense of where the eyes of the world are focused right now. Lukic, nowhere to go. Pavlovic is going to carry forward here. Sandro rising up for the header. Casemiro took a bump on the way up. That's the other Milinkovic-Savic. Two brothers on the field for Serbia, in goal and in midfield.
Serbia have shown good patience with the ball. Just using it, spreading the field wide, forcing on this near side. You see Rafinha, the winger, we're talking about his defensive effort as well. He's having to come back to deal with Mladenovic on this near side because he's playing almost as a left winger. So they tilt their defense to keep Vinicius Jr. and Neymar high. Neymar doesn't really defend. He's only kind of gets involved if the ball comes around him so that he can be the first one to break the other way. Not really testing and trying to get him behind this Brazilian defense yet, but showing some confidence in possession.
Mihailovic just not on the same page with Milinkovic-Savic. Now Serbia's turn to try to press high. We got 4 matches tomorrow on our Fox networks. FS1 starts today. Huge game with implications to the United States when Wales plays Iran. Then Qatar, the host, against Senegal. Then tomorrow on Fox, the Netherlands take on Ecuador. And then the one we've all been looking forward to, England, United States tomorrow. Coverage beginning at 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific on Black Friday. We were at the U.S. team hotel earlier chatting with Greg Berhalter, chatting with Captain Tyler Adams and a few other of the players. They had their families over today. The families are here, but they're staying in a different hotel nearby. When we say families, for a lot of the guys, we mean, you know, parents, maybe a girlfriend, and then Tim Ream has got his wife and 3 kids. As he is sort of the outlier as a 35-year-old on this very young U.S. roster. Mladenovic coming forward for Serbia. Tadic. What did you make of the vibe at the U.S. hotel today?
Fairly relaxed, because we saw them around their families. But you know now, after training they had this evening, that you start to dial in. And you think about that big game tomorrow, the game plan getting set with Greg Berhalter, and we all want to see this U.S. team go toe-to-toe with that English team.
Just too far on the outside for Živkovic to be able to control. Appreciates the effort, though. Trying to turn off the chest. Vinicius able to turn on the outside too. Neymar down behind the play. Now, this is something we saw a lot of in Russia at the last World Cup. He was fouled 26 times in 5 games. That was the most of any player to the end of the quarterfinals.
When it hasn't actually just been Neymar either. And Serbia are trying to get that first Brazilian attacking player trying to break away out of pressure to make sure they stop any type of counterattack that they might develop. That's a pretty hard challenge, and Neymar's taken a few already in this game.
He's certainly a player's target. Remember, he suffered that awful back injury in the quarterfinal of the 2014 World Cup. Didn't play the semifinal when they got embarrassed by Germany. It was as much the fouls he was taking as sort of the histrionics and the rolling and some of those things, and a real black cloud that hung over him at the last World Cup in Russia. We didn't see much of that last year at the Copa America. He was sharp, he was dialed in, he was scoring goals, he was assisting. Brazil were on fire, at least until the final against Argentina. Here's Rafinha. Lucas Paquetá. Trying to play that in for Richarlison, but was blocked off. Too many red shirts. Milinkovic-Savic couldn't carry forward. Mitrovic trying to pressure Brazil, able to keep it. The last time Brazil lost, the only time they've lost in 3 years at the Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro. 29 games, 1 defeat. And they've won their last 7, outscoring teams 26-2. They ran right into Richarlison, never even saw him. Good step though, Milinkovic just in front of Neymar. Alexandro. Vinicius Jr. Neymar. They give him the space. Neymar blocked. Milinkovic got his body in the way. Richarlison down behind the play, holding his face right now.
see the number of red shirts in the middle of the field. They're trying to take away the central part of the field from Brazil. They want them to go down the side in this type of spot. Then they can release their left defender. He comes out, gets a challenge on Neymar. Now it's Brazil. If they can move the ball quicker, there has to be a quicker tempo to break down this Serbian defense.
Vinicius Jr. Casemiro. And a little bit of a fumble. Second save by Vanja Milinkovic-Savic.
Ends up pretty comfortable. It's it from a long way out from Casemiro, straight into the hands of Milinkovic-Savic. This was the Neymar one. Veljkovic is brave, has his hands behind his back as well, so not to give away any type of penalty. It does end up hitting his arm, but it's tucked close to his body in a natural position, so that wouldn't be whistled for a penalty.
Good interception there. Milinkovic in front of Vinicius Jr. Lukic carrying forward. Led by Casemiro.
That's another good example there. I just feel Brazil playing the ball too slowly right now, and some of the passes are under hit, and that's allowing the Serbian defenders to just step into those passing lanes, play aggressively, winning the ball back. So Milinkovic doing a good job once again at the back.
Vinicius Jr. weave his way forward, blocked off. Lukic picks it up. Vanja Gude, wide it comes from Mladenovic. Let's keep the Neymar conversation going. Jenny Taft down on the field. Jenny?
Well, John, as you know, at times, Neymar, his maturity has been questioned, right? But in the last 4 years, a lot has changed. And there's a pretty famous quote from Brazilian head coach Tite about him that in the past, he may have been more about that individual play, but now he does it all. It's what we like to call a bow and arrow. He sets it up, he finishes it off, and keep in mind the talent surrounding Neymar. Vinicius Jr. just said this week that he looked up to Neymar. He grew up idolizing him. Now he's able to play with the guy he idolized, and he said, I understand I can help Neymar. Neymar can help me. That's why this group is so confident at this World Cup.
That's an interesting part of their attack, Jenny, in that Neymar being one of the more experienced players in that attack, and only 2 of their 9 forwards have World Cup experience. And Chichi talking about just the maturation now of this next generation of forwards that they didn't have available in the 2018 World Cup, and just how good they are playing the competition for places up front, and also just not putting all that pressure on one guy, and that being Neymar. He's still their leading scorer, but they have so many people around him that can pick up the slack when maybe teams are focusing on him.
Rafinha wins it away on the outside. Pavlovic able to recover, and that will be out for a goal kick. Meanwhile, what's Serbia doing well right now?
They're very organized defensively. They're not allowing space to open up. They're not overcommitting in areas that will get them in trouble. They're doing a great job with the ball, although they've given it away here. And then their recoveries to win it back. They get numbers around that ball. When it turns over in their own half, you see 2, 3, 4 red shirts surrounding the ball and not allowing that Brazilian transition to open up. But I still think Brazil can move the ball quicker side to side. You're not going to play through this Serbian defense. It's going to mean taking out 5 players. Look at that clump of red shirts. You're not going to find Neymar in that pocket. And if you do, he's going to have a guy closing you down. So it has to be some of that passing, moving, one touch, but it has to be a lot quicker to try to break down this defense. There it is again.
There.
Yep, and now Serbia's got a chance to break.
Wide it goes. Dusan Tadic on the run. Thiago Silva defending the cross. Mitrovic. Allison. That's a great, strong take.
Looking for their combo. Tadic to Mitrovic, and you're right. Allison comes off of his line so quickly and reads the play so well. He plays in a team with his club soccer, Liverpool in England, a team that oftentimes leaves space in there behind their back line. He has to react, he has to get off his line, but he's also a goalkeeper. Yes, of course he's good with his feet, he's Brazilian, but he comes up with big saves and big moments for this team.
Just a terrific mustache as well as it comes across to Rafinha.
You have mustache envy?
I wouldn't say appreciation. Maybe that's the
Appreciation.
word.
There you go. That's a better word.
Alexandro, lots of space. Vinicius Jr. Neymar couldn't get through.
And that's what you resort to, though. When you get frustrated and you can't find space, you try to create a play. You try to take 2-3 players on. That time Neymar lost it, although Brazil's been able to win the ball back.
Rafinha in for Danilo. Back out for Thiago Silva. Oh, it's a great ball, Vinicius Jr. Great goalkeeping. Milinkovic-Savic alert off his line. He's going to follow it out in front of Neymar and blast it in the fourth row.
No, it was quick ball movement this time. When they come inside, they're trying to play the throw quickly. And they did, and Vinicius takes one.
It's going to come back for a Brazilian free kick, it looks like. It's Milinkovic this time, getting in the face of the referee, Alireza Fagani.
He was onside too. Vinicius Jr. is looking right down the line so he can see when he needs to hold his line. It's actually a center back, Thiago Silva, stepping up to play the pass. And great reaction from Milinkovic-Savic. Gets off his line so quickly, and he has to be sure when he gets that wingspan out, he commits to the ground, gets extended, that you have to get the ball, or else Vinicius Jr. is going to drag that foot and try to win a penalty. That's a great take, although now they're going to have to defend a set piece here. Neymar Jr. going to whip this one in.
It's played short. Neymar to the byline, it's cut across all the way through, and that broke down whatever the intention was on that one. Rafinha has ended up skying it. Tomorrow, Black Friday, it'll finally be here. All the talking can stop, the game can begin. It's England, it's the United States, coverage starting at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, live here on Fox. We've heard the BBC unequivocal in their opinion that this is going to be a rout for England. A lot of confidence from England coming off of their 6-2 thumping of Iran. The U.S. being held to a draw against Wales. What happens tomorrow? Neymar comes to start the sequence, gets it away for Vinicius Jr., continues his run forward. I'll check back to it now as Casemiro is looking for Vinicius Jr. Rafinha making a big run off the ball. Here it comes from Casemiro. Rafinha into the middle, Vinicius Jr. beaten to, and it's headed over and out by Velkovic for a Brazil corner.
Well, that's the first time we've seen them play a long, direct pass, opening up this Serbian defense. It's a great run initially from Rafinha. He initiates that pass from Casemiro. Great ball, picks him out to be able to square that one across first time, looking for 2 Brazilians in the box. Ends up being cleared behind, and they'll have to defend another corner.
Rafinha low in swinger, looking for Richarlison. We'll do it again. Played short. Great back heel. Rafinha on the deck, and Milinkovic-Savic able to control as Casemiro was sliding through.
Well, that time, Rafinha put two hands up before he took it, so that triggered a set play for them where Paquetá came short, then he laid it back to him. They get the look that they want, just couldn't connect with Thiago Silva at the end of that one.
That's older brother Milinkovic-Savic. Sergei made a great run forward, thought he was fouled, thought he won a free kick, slow to get it behind the play. So we move past the half-hour mark at Lusail Iconic Stadium, about 15 miles north of central Doha. 86,000 capacity building that will host the final of this World Cup. As that will come back, it was out of play for a Brazil throw. Best wishes for a happy Thanksgiving back home in America. All of us here in Qatar, handful of us at Lusail. Whole group at the set on the Corniche, back home to all our families. Hope you're enjoying this one. Great day here on Fox with Cowboys Giants to come. And more World Cup tomorrow. Lucas Paquetá for Vinicius Jr. Neymar just takes a little bit of a shot there from Lukic as he releases the pass. Trying to nutmeg Tadic. Tadic returns it. Tadic throwing his body in there. Lukic the big tackle. Alexandro rolls over a couple times for good measure. Referee tells him to get up.
Well, if you're watching Neymar for the first time, welcome. You see a guy that just possesses an incredible skill level, balance, technique. He gets kicked a lot. Why? Well, because sometimes he does things like that. A little nutmeg, rolls it through a player's leg. They try to kick him, squares it off. His teammate gets kicked, especially against this Serbian team. They're taking none of that.
Vinicius Jr. Neymar, return knocked away. Milinkovic stepped up there, cross from the outside for Richarlison, sent away by Veljkovic. Milinkovic misjudged the bounce there. Rolled in for Neymar, the turn ran away from him. Good, a strong tackle, able to hold it up. Can they find an outlet, Serbia? Can they get anything on the ball right now?
Well, this time, a great job by Marquinhos playing aggressively up against Mitrovic. That was supposed to be their outlet. He tried to turn on his chest. Brazil win the ball back, something they do very well, smothering teams in their own half and suffocating, not allowing them to get out of pressure. There it is again, 1-2 passes. There comes the yellow shirt. They've won it back. So now is this the part of the game where Serbia have started pretty well. They've had some possession, but now you can see them starting to tire, and Brazil building momentum, using the ball well, spreading them out. This is where you have to maintain focus, because you switch off for a half second, the gap opens up, and they'll thread it right through that gap and put the ball in the back of the net.
Richarlison able to hold it up and lay it off. Rafinha has Danilo outside, drives it inside. Lucas Paquetá returns. Rafinha right at Milinkovic-Savic.
That's the look they're looking for. Rafinha coming to life. What a great return pass. That's the passing and movement that can unbalance a defense, because everybody gets sucked towards the ball, and naturally your inclination is